Welcome to Generation 6114. Today, our special guest is Isela Rivera. Isela is a really good friend of mine. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Nora.
Today, the focus of our conversation is going to be on family worship. So, Isela, can you tell us a little bit about your family?
Sure, I've been married for almost 13 years. I have a stepson who's in Seattle, Washington, whom we miss a lot, and we have 7 and 9-year-old boys.
Great. And when we think about worship, we usually think about singing songs and just praising the Lord, but worship is more than that. The King David, when he appointed some of the Levites to minister at the ark in 1 Chronicles chapter 16, he gave them some tasks, but he also entrusted them to give thanks to the Lord. And if you read in verse 8 and so forth, they start giving thanks to the Lord. But he also says on verse 29, ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name, bring an offering and come before him. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. So one of the things that we have to keep in mind is that when we are worshiping, we're in God's presence. So Isela, can you tell us a little bit about how does your family worship?
Yes, we do it every day. One of the ways that we do it is we have dinner together as a family, and we say grace together. We take turns and give them thanks. And while we're eating dinner, instead of watching TV, we like to put on Christian music, just calm Christian music, so we can just reflect about our day and give thanks.
I love that. I never heard that before in terms of having music during dinner. So you're talking about that you guys do express the gratitude to the Lord, but you also put music. So when you put the music, is it loud? Is it soft? Or
no, it's not loud. I like to have it just like real calm music, so we can still talk and not try to talk over the music.
Awesome. And we know also that when we put music, it also can shift the atmosphere. So we also, it's another way to invite God's presence, to invite him into our home, and just to kind of, like you say, calm them down and just bring some peace. Is there anything else that you guys do?
Also, every day, right before bedtime, we have a Bible story that I read, and we talk about it and how it's relevant in our lives today, what we can do. And also we say prayers together as a family before we go to bed.
That is really important, because I think one of the things that our children are missing today is to learn how the Bible applies to them today. Yes. I think that as parents, a lot of us have done a good job in teaching them the stories of the Bible, but then it stops there. And I think we need to explain to them how the Bible, it says that it has given us everything that we need for life and godliness, that God has given us everything that we need. So I think that's really neat.
Yes.
What about the Saturday? You mentioned something to me earlier about the Saturday in our conversation.
Yes, we keep Saturday, the Sabbath, holy. What we like to do is we don't do work on that day. We try to get our work done, like cleaning the house and all that the week before. And we just take that Saturday. We don't, I don't wash clothes, I don't clean the house, and my husband and I like to have a story time together, and then we like to have a Bible time with my boys. And also, we like to invite, if we have company that day, or my nieces and nephew, we like to include them in the Bible story.
That's awesome. So you're not only reaching your family, but also reaching other people. And for those of you who do not know what the Sabbath is, when God created the world, he rested on the seventh day. So based on that, and in the teachings of the Old Testament, where the Israelites take the Sabbath to rest, so in this case, she's taking the Saturday to do that, where she doesn't work, and I think it's a great idea, because I think that we're such a busy world, that we're just going so quick, everything is so just busy. I think it's a good thing to take some time to relax and just spend it with family, because I think it's strengthened the family system too.
Yes, and I have to admit, at the beginning it was really hard, because it's just go, go, go. I work all week, and Saturday was when I could run errands, I could clean house, do all my chores, and it was hard. But I really look forward to it now, where I can just sit and I can, talk to God and kind of just take the time to talk to him and to listen to him.
Right, I think that is awesome. Thanks for sharing. We hope the families realize how important it is to have some time for worship, and how practical and simple it can be. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time, where we share more simple and practical ways for everyday living God's way.